Welcome guys, this is Edwin and today we're going to talk about a special piece right here. This is a prototype that we never saw in the production lineup and I got this through Area 51, so I do have a description to share with you. This model is called the Falkon prototype, okay? And let's look at it. Let me show you real quick the description from the man himself, Mr. Ernest Emerson, about this piece. Okay, it's called the Falkon prototype. This knife goes back to circa 2010 when I was working with 2 or 3 different gun companies creating knife models that could be matched to their particular gun models. I made 6 or 7 different models that were submitted as concept knives to the various companies. This prototype, the Falkon, is one of those knives. I went on to make a number of custom versions of this knife, but this is one of the original prototypes I made. I wonder what happened to the other prototypes that were submitted. I'll bet the guys that got them had no idea what the value of those knives might be someday. Some were probably just thrown away. This one was not. Can you guess which gun? And no, man, I have no idea which gun. I will say it's probably a rifle. If you have an idea, I know we have some other collectors in the community, of course. If you have an idea, let me know. This kind of remind me, of course, on the rail of an AR-15, but I don't know. I don't know what this is based on, but this is called the Falkon, and let's look at it. Now, let me tell you right away, I'm aware I've seen the customs of this knife. There are probably 3 or 4 customs out there. And when we're talking about a custom, right, we're talking about those handmade knives by Ernest Emerson that he raffles in the Lotus, right? And this is one of those original prototypes when he was coming up with these models. And guys, when we are talking about a prototype, we're talking about a knife that was handmade and hand ground by Ernest Emerson, okay? He handmade this blade right here. Let's look at it. Beautiful, beautiful spear point, I will say. Beautiful blade right there. And you can see that kind of jimping up here. That again, I think is pure aesthetic. I don't think there's a lot of functionality for that, but who knows, maybe there was some specific background for that. Again, this is a prototype. You have that switch right there, beautiful, and that hand ground blade, right, from Ernest Emerson. And guys, I can watch this stuff all night long. This guy is a V grind, right? So it's ground on that side and it's ground on the other side, and then you have your chisel edge that I love from Emerson knives, okay? So very, very cool. Again, a hand ground prototype by Ernest Emerson. You can see the stamp right here of Emerson Knife USA 2010. Like he mentioned, this is from 2010 when he was coming up with this model. And then you have that opening hole right there that works really well. And let me tell you as well, you have that label of prototype right there. Very interesting design. And let me tell you, you can, that hole works really well. No issues. Like you can see, I can reach that, no problem. This is a big knife, guys, okay? We're going to go through it in more detail. There's some things I need to show you, but this is a big knife. Let me show you and compare with the classic CQC7 that I love. It's a 3.3 inch, right? So this guy is a 4-inch blade, okay? And overall, like 9.3 inches or so. It's more in the realm of the classic CQC8, okay? I will say it's more in that realm, bigger knife, love it for EDC, right? The CQC8, it's more in that realm of the classic Commander. Let me show you. This is one of my tanks that I use all the time. The classic Commander is really, really in that realm right there. And that handle right away when I got this model, it reminded me of the SOC FK, and that classic, right? That classic handle that you see in some of the Specward model, that you see in the Specward model and some of those other models that you see out there. So a classic handle, you can see how those curves match, very similar in the handle. And guys, very ergonomic, classic Emerson, classic Emerson, no question about it. It's a big knife, feels great in the hand, and works really nice. One thing I haven't mentioned, of course, it has this wave right here with that ramp, and the ramp feels great in the hand. I haven't tested the wave, it's just be aware of that, but it's very, very, very cool. G10 slabs, like G10 handles, like it's pretty used to. And I was thinking it came with stand-ups, but guys, these are not stand-ups. These actually are, probably it's more like taking the backspacer in G10 and making them just like that. You will see that he's drilling here and then they get screwed to the liner, and same thing here. Drill there and then screw to the liner, and he made them like stand-up, but those are not stand-ups. And this is a knife from 2010, so I wonder if he was just experimenting before they migrated to the classic stand-ups, right? And that's one of those cool things that I need to find out. So very, very cool. Those are not your standard stand-ups, so we'll see. I need to ask some questions around in the community and find out, or just ask Eki about it. So very, very cool. And then you got your classic Benchmade clip. And guys, this guy is brand new from the box, an excellent piece to have. Let me show you that blade again so you can see that Handground blade by Ernest Emerson. Beautiful design. And guys, this is called the Falkon. I have no idea what gun this was based on, but guys, excellent model. And you can see 4 or 3 customs out there in the community. So if you like this model, be aware there are 3 or 4 customs out there in the community that some guys own. So very, very cool. The Falkon by Ernest Emerson, the prototype. Guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to jump in on caloblaze.com, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Any of those areas, I have in my recommendation list the forums that I'm always hanging out, okay? Emerson Echo groups, Emerson Operator, USN forums. I'm always there having a good time with the guys and sharing this amazing hobby with you guys. Have a great, great night. Bye.